Duopharma Biotech Berhad was founded by two pharmacists, Mr. 𝗏𝗏 and Ms. 𝗏𝐵, who are both husband and wife in 1979. The company has core competencies in the pharmaceutical industry, inclusive of manufacturing, research and development, and commercialization and marketing of over 300 generic drugs, which are well recognized and accepted by consumers in Malaysia, regionally and globally. The company has also diversified into biosimilar space with technology and commercialization collaborations with credible and strong international partners. Some of the countries they sell to are Malaysia, which represents about 92.2% of their total revenue for financial year end 2020, and the remaining 7.8% is from other countries. For more information, you can visit their website at duopharmabiotech.com. A smooth sailing revenue and gross profit growth, rising more than 300% and 260% respectively, attributed to high demand for their products from private and public healthcare sectors. The positive and growing top line had spilled over to their operating profit, growing as high as 130% over the years. However, there was a slight drop in financial year end 2015-16 due to the higher production costs driven by foreign exchange. Gross profit margin has been steady as well. However, their operating and net margin declined quite substantially in financial year end 2014 as a result of the higher operating and finance costs incurred. Sharp drop in ROIC after financial year end 2014 as a result of lesser profit generated mentioned in the previous slide. Starting from financial year end 2016, ROIC starts to grow smoothly. A growing but bumpy profit after tax overall, while remuneration has been rising. Consequently, it had resulted their remuneration to PAT ratio to increase from 6% to 18%. Duopharma was initially a net cash company, however turned net debt starting from financial year 2017 as they acquired more assets, which will be further explained in the next slide. Here's the reason why their debts have been rising. It is due to the acquisition of all these fixed assets from financial year 2015 to 18. Negative operating cash flow incurred in financial year 2015 in consequence with rise in receivables and fall in payables. Duopharma paid dividends for 10 years, however the payment declined after financial year 2014. Negative free cash flow in financial year 2015 to 18, it is due to the high capex spending and negative operating cash flow mentioned in the previous slide. They are able to distribute dividends in those stated years thanks to the large cash reserve. All in all, I rate their company 5.4 out of 8, which is about 67.5%. After analyzing Duopharma's 10 years of financial data, here are my thoughts. Number 1, the company will always benefit from the rise in inflation. Notice how our medical cost is always escalating. That's because it is a necessity product that will always be demanding no matter what. Unless every human being is immune to any sickness and we don't need to rely on any medication. Next, it is very difficult for new entrants to penetrate into the pharmaceutical industry as it requires a lot of government approval for a company to make certain drugs. There are a lot of stringent processes that new entrants will need to go through, among others, meeting every regulation placed by various agencies, acquiring the necessary business permits, and having their products reviewed by the National Pharmaceutical Control Bureau. In addition, the estimate timeframe for a new player to introduce similar product from the setup of plant to the completion of product registration is approximately 6 years. Thus, this sets up a high barrier to entry for any newcomers and less competition for Duopharma. Nevertheless, one of the major risks is majority of their revenue are based in Malaysia, which represents about 92.2% of their total revenue in financial year 2020. This means Duopharma's growth potential is limited to the growth of Malaysia's population. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed the analysis, make sure you smash the like and subscribe button. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. I'll be happy to get back to you. Thanks for watching and till next time.